perspective what happened and to address your inquiry and your letter, your email.
But
So
but
he did.
but,
That
but
was his response based upon, his recollection of what transpired.
and you being there on the phone call the night before when I was asking to have it dismissed, you don't recall any of that?
I honestly, right here, sitting here right now, I cannot say I recall our discussion that evening.
If I can quote it to you verbatim, would you remember by then?
I I mean, you can say it, but I can't say that I recall it at this point in time.
No, right. But if I could read it, if I can say it to you in verbatim, would you believe that I asked to have it dismissed and that Dennis Corr may have either he may have accidentally misinterpreted or intentionally interpreted what his job and his role was.
What was the date? That date that you're.
This was May. This was the 30th. The day they did the 30th was a notice of appearance, where he said he was going to go. Something about Eric Milgram asking him to recuse himself, but it was the night. Remember, it was the night before, where we talked and we had that conference, and we were supposed to be there in the morning. So we're talking May 28th.
That was the very first.
But I signed the retainer on the 28th. Remember that? Because you were saying the money didn't go through at first, and then the voicemails and all that stuff. So if you don't recall specifically being the owner of the firm, me saying, "Hey, listen, they didn't even serve me anything. I haven't." I mean, that's fine if that.
Right here, right now, I can't recall it. But let me ask you this question: when was the second date? Just remind me of the second date.
That was to be something that Dennis would know, because every time I called him, he wouldn't. Remember, he showed up to a hearing and didn't speak to me about it, and then came out and said that he had an email from the night before stating that Mr. Pierre wanted to get an adjournment due to the death in the family. And when I said, "Can you get proof?" And then he got upset and attacked me and said, "What attorney would ever lie about that?" And I said, "Oh, sorry. Okay."
No. Mr. Pierre, as far as I understand, Pierre faxed something to the court at 3 o'clock in the morning, saying that he could not appear to the death of the family, and Dennis found out.
He found out after appearing without me. So he would know. To answer your question, he would know the dates, because.
Right, okay, so that was the second appearance.
I don't know. No. The first appearance was with Eric Milgram. I wasn't even there.
Yeah, okay.
Principal law clerk Eric Milgram.
Okay. And you wanted him to make the application to be dismissed that day?
I don't know if it was that day. I know it shouldn't have even been. I should have been able to go home at that point. Come on, John. You know everything that's happening, man. Why is this? Can't you just? He's your employee, right? He works for your firm.
He is my employee.
Instead of getting the info from me, why don't you get it straight from the horse's mouth?
Well, the thing is that, he made a motion, he put a written motion in, and the matter was adjourned, and then you relieved us.
No, he's not supposed to make a motion the day before. How is he supposed to serve Hans Pierre?
Listen,
Especially when I was telling him to have this dismissed from day one.
He had spoken to Mr. Pierre about the motion he claimed, and so Mr. Pierre knew that the motion was coming prior to that date.
But the day before? Even the court says, you don't make a motion like that the day before and expect it to be on the calendar. I'm not saying, they're insinuating that Dennis is trying to screw me over by doing that. That's what they're saying. That's why they took it off the calendar.